54-52 game. There's a live picture from the Pepsi Center, and we're back with more NBA's game from yesterday. On Tuesday at 3 o'clock Eastern, again on Wednesday afternoon at 1, and again Friday at 5 o'clock Eastern. An instant classic. Kobe Bryant put up a mind-boggling 81 points against the Toronto Raptors, and you can see the game and see it develop and see how it all happened coming up 3 times the rest of this week on NBA TV. And a quick reminder, we're going to be in Philadelphia tomorrow night as Allen Iverson and the 76ers host Mike Bibby and the Sacramento Kings. Game time from the Wachovia Center is set for 7 o'clock Eastern Time. NBA TV Live comes your way beginning at 6:30 Eastern Time. And that's tomorrow. So one more mention, our game right now tonight, 54-52. What adjustments are you making in the second half?
Well, if I'm Denver, I want to get out and run. I want to make this a 94-foot game. Also, I got to get to the perimeter shooter. They're not putting enough pressure. There's a lot of shots are not contested. And as a result, Toronto, which shoots, again, very well, and you got to get to them. If I'm Toronto, I got to get back. I got to get back on defense, because if I don't, I could get run out of here.
All right, let's go back to the game. Toronto with a 2-point lead on the road, and we go back to Denver.
Win will mean nothing to George Karl and the Nuggets if they don't secure this win over a
less than average Toronto Raptors.
There you go.
Yeah, and that's the same thing we said in the second quarter. You just take away everything that was positive with that win yesterday if you don't come out and compete here in the second half. And the game's still a touch. 54-52 as we're talking like it's doomsday. You got to give Toronto a lot of credit for coming out and playing with the pride they played with.
Kenyon Martin watches his pal Carmelo Anthony make a tough jump shot to open up the scoring here in the third period. Carmelo Anthony with 19 points.
The first shot Carmelo got since that first quarter.
Rose back to Bosch. Nelson's got to be careful. He's got 3 fouls. Bosch right around Elson. And he missed it. Rebounded by Martin. Great play by Kenyon Martin, muscling it away from Eric Williams. Carmelo Anthony getting a lot of attention now since he's been on a scoring spree. A lot of teams doubling him, maybe coming over a little bit late, sending different players.
See, he's got a smile, letting Rose kind of get away with the reach, kind of that veteran status, veteran respect.
Nelson cuts through. Miller with 5 to shoot. Reverses on Rose. Missed the layup. Bosch with the rebound. Adrian Dantley said the Nuggets did a good job in defending the Toronto 3-ball. The Raptors just 2 of 9 from beyond the arc. Peterson's wide open. Standing rebound for Miller. Ahead goes Melo. There he is. Carmelo score and a foul. Boy, the Raptors slow getting back on defense.
Well, they're just kind of jogging. What happens with teams when they go, well, I'm running beside my guy. See, I'm pointing. I got Jalen's pointing. Hey, you got this guy running. Eric Williams tries to cut in, surprises Bosch. He doesn't get it. So Carmelo's body, watch, he protects it right there from Williams, goes into Bosch. Bosch with the reach. And now 3-point opportunity for Carmelo Anthony.
Second foul on Bosch. Carmelo Anthony completes the 3-point play. He's got 22. I like the way Carmelo Anthony kept his eye on the goal that time. Got some contact, kept his head up, and completed the layup. And got the 3-point opportunity. 57-54 Nuggets. That shot way short. And the Nuggets out on the run again. Andre Miller. Maybe he'll try to back down Mike James. Off Elson's hand, out of bounds. The Nuggets, the best record in the Northwest Division, 23-19, followed by Minnesota at 19-19 and Utah 20-21. And of course the Raptors in 4th place in the Atlantic Division, 14-27. They are 9.5 games out of the lead. Watson pestering Mike James. 5 to shoot. Back to Peterson. Fires with 2 on the clock. Rebounded by Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah, that's a good solid defense right there. Everybody with a hand up, a lot of pressure. They settle. Toronto's to settle for a tough jump shot.
Kenyon Martin.
Not what you want to respond with, though, necessarily.
Toronto led 52-46. Since that, Denver on an 11-2 scoring run. Bosch against Andre Miller. Now the double comes. 8 to shoot. And Bosch is bumped by Francisco Elson. So that's going to be 4 fouls on Francisco Elson.
Well, he's just a hard luck guy. I mean, when he gets good body position, he doesn't have good body position. Just a hard luck. I mean, that's pretty good. The one thing he's got to do defensively, and we've talked about this in earlier games, is he kind of settles and also sticks his chest out and plants. And if he would move a half step more, Carmelo almost rips out from Rose. If Elson would just 1/2 step more, Chris, he would be there instead of getting that foul.
Of course, the Nuggets without Marcus Camby. Speculation that he might come back at the end of the week for 2 games against the Clippers. Bosch with the pull-up, and he's got it.
Well, he's a big guy, can't he?
Sure has. Got a nice stroke. Delay of game warning against the Toronto Raptors.
When he was picked as that 4th pick, obviously LeBron was going to come out. Milicic's going to Detroit 2nd was a little bit of a surprise. Melo came here. But Bosch 4th in that pick to Toronto was a bit of a surprise, but he's paying dividends for these guys.
Andre Miller to Kenyon, and finally an exclamation dunk for Kenyon Martin, his 15th point. Does anybody in the NBA dunk with more of a flourish than Kenyon Martin?
The only other guy that dunks as hard as him might be Shaquille O'Neal. I mean, that right there, they had guys in section 114, 8 rows up, vibrating in their seats.
Bosch swings it to Jalen Rose. Long rebound, Melo. It's a 4-on-2. Watson's got it. Score! And a foul.
Well, James trying to take that charge. They're going to say he didn't get there in time or that he might have been in that circle, but another rebound by Melo, kick out. And, yeah, that's a good call. You see James just floating over. He's not in a circle, but see him kind of float and turn late with that shoulder. You got to be square, try to catch that guy middle when you get that call.
Watson 0-2 tonight. He's 60%. Let me correct that free throw shooting percentage, and he missed another one. Boy, Watson 0 for 3. And the Nuggets lead at 61-56. Tipped away, Martin's got it. Ahead to Melo. Around Rose to Miller. Got it. Great pass by Carmelo Anthony.
Well, great hands. I tell you what, Bosch was open on the roll. Kenyon Martin starts it with the D, hands up on the pick and roll, and then a great unselfish play to finish the break by Carmelo Anthony.
This gives the Nuggets their biggest lead of the night. 7 points. Nuggets 63, Raptors 56. Starting to get in overdrive. They trail 54-52 at the half. Now lead 63-56. Fast break points. The Nuggets 22. The Raptors just 2.
Well, a nice job on James right there, man-on-man with Watson.
Bosch fouled by Kenyon Martin. So Bosch looking for the fadeaway. The first foul called on Kenyon Martin. Martin's numbers tonight: 15 points and 8 rebounds in 22 minutes. Pretty good. Now Bosch at the line. I bet you didn't know this, Scotty. There's only one player in the league averaging at least 22 points, shooting 50% from the field and 80% from the free throw line. That man is Chris Bosch.
The only other guy averaging over 50%, over 20 points and 50% shooting is LeBron James. So pretty good company there.
So his career against the Nuggets, he hasn't been all that good. Of course, he's getting better and better, and those numbers are going to go up. He's got 14 tonight. 63-58. Nuggets are ahead. Miller and Watson continue as the backcourt. And Watson nearly threw it away. Bosch with the deflection.
Might have been hard. He got in the lane. The good thing was Watson threw it so hard, looking for Elson cutting down the middle. Hands up defensively, knocks it straight out of bounds.
Elson wide open. Here he comes. And he flushes it through. So Francisco Elson looked around, a little bit surprised he was wide open, and got the dunk. 65-58 now. The Nuggets with a 7-point advantage. Bosch trying to get around Melo. Elson with a rebound.
Well, great rebound by Francisco.
And a backhanded pass to Andre Miller, and right off his hands out of bounds.
Yeah, and I think it surprised him. He got in late, and he's sneaking in there. Late pass. Watch this. Here's a double screen. Watch two defenders, both of them come out. Francisco hesitates. Oh, wait. The lane is wide open.
Nelson's numbers: 2 points, 3 rebounds, 4 fouls. Been bothered by foul trouble. If he could stay out of foul trouble, get some more minutes in, his numbers would go up. A little bit inconsistent. Jalen Rose bottled up. Now he's loose, and he lays it up and in. So the double team evaporates.
Well, he used his body, able to spin around, actually swung the arms around, got people off of him, and then all of a sudden it cleared out of the way. Also trying to avoid another foul, just gave him the length.
Jalen Rose might be one of the craftiest players in the NBA. Cross-court pass to Watson. He lassos it. Now Carmelo fires away and hits again. Carmelo Anthony already with 24. Approaching the 6-minute mark. The Nuggets lead once again is 7.
Well, they've had a couple good defensive stops and just some bad luck. One by Rose, and then the foul on Bosch and that turnaround jump shot.
Nuggets hot shooting here in the court. Nelson gobbles it up. Here goes Miller. Andre Miller looking for a cutter. Always has his eyes up. Watson to the glass. Got it. Earl Watson.
You know, his game is a little bit like Marcus Camby. Think about it. Been knocking the threes down, knocking it down. Now, since everybody's defending it, he's starting to get to the basket. And before Camby got hurt, that's what he was doing. He'd been knocking the jumpers down. All of a sudden, Marcus was taking it to the basket. Learning from Big Daddy.
Without Marcus Camby, Nuggets have won 5 straight. They lead it at the moment 69-60. Back at the Pepsi Center, third quarter, 5.5 minutes to play, 69-60. The Nuggets have made 6 straight field goals. What's on tap? On Altitude Sports and Entertainment for the Denver Nuggets. Wednesday night, the Nugs head up to Portland to take on the Trailblazers. Blazers much improved, led by Zach Randolph, the big inside guy. Then back-to-back, the LA Clippers here Friday night. Start time 7 p.m. and this Saturday, the LA Clippers. You can see that on Altitude 2. And don't forget, the locker room report follows every single game. Nuggets have turned up their defensive intensity. They have their biggest lead now of 69-60. Bonner. And Bonner misses. Navarro gobbles up the rebound.
And the biggest thing they're doing defensively is pressure on the basketball. But two breaks down in a row, or 2 opportunities in a row. Ball just off the hands a little hard that time. Watson to Miller.
Miller's got 7 points, 8 assists. Watson 7, 6 assists. Carmelo Anthony leading all scorers with 24. James picked up by Kenyon Martin. Shot way short by Williams. Check that. That was Villanueva. Carmelo's ahead of the pack, and he does it. Well, Carmelo Anthony, as fast as they get on the fast break.
He's got 3 or 4 of those runouts, just being the guy trying to guard him.
Well, Villanueva with a miss, and Melo gets the score. He's got 9 points in the quarter and 26 in the game. Mike James using the rim as a shield. Nuggets have the pace up where they want it. 71-62 Denver. Play here in the third quarter. Carmelo working with Kenyon on the left side.
And they're setting Anthony up for an alley-oop on the opposite side.
Watson throws up a prayer and bounces to Villanueva. So the Nuggets do not get a good shot there. And Toronto with it.
Now, Boston Villanueva did a good job defensively on the other side.
And Mike James showing he can score. James who won an NBA title with Detroit. Now the follow jam, no. So Toronto getting a break there. Pretty good pass. Bosch wide open Villanueva. And the Nuggets coming up empty 3 in a row. And George Karl wants timeout. So Karl a little frustrated. The Nuggets put together a nice run there. Nuggets up by 11. And now it's 71-66. We're going to step aside for a moment. Stay tuned. We're coming back. 71-66.
On Thursday, guys.
All right, thanks, Julie. We'll look forward to that. The Denver Nuggets trying to stay ahead. Melo converts.
Well, he's got that shot going tonight, doesn't he?
He sure does, and he's fouled.
But couldn't buy a jump shot against San Antonio tonight, just 11 of 13. See James pushing on that hip is what they call the foul on.
So the foul on James, that's 3 on him, the 3rd Toronto team foul. Carmelo against the Spurs, just 4 of 19. Did get to the line a lot tonight against the Raptors. It's a different story, 11 of 13.
Still had 20 points in that game, and more importantly, 8 rebounds in that win in San Antonio.
28 points for Carmelo Anthony. Here comes Bonner. It's amazing. You make the three-point big guy shooters, put it on the floor, and it's a whole different story. Here comes Carmelo, and it's going to be an offensive foul.
And that's a bad call. That is an absolute bad call. Nahara passed it, moves to the side. James flops and falls down. Watch it. He moves, gets out of the way. James is going to flop. Anytime you see a whiplash move like that, boom, he's going to fall. That's a bad call.
Let me ask you a question. You're a coach, and this is kind of an old school thing. Whatever happened to the jump stop? Stop at the free throw line and then pass the ball.
Well, I mean, that's what you want to teach young players. Exactly. Jump stop pass, and then that takes away. He's going to do that anyway, whether he jump stops, because you see him go in and whiplash back.
Nahara got the technical, as you might imagine, upset on the play. And Rose makes the free throw. Well, Jalen Rose at 76.5%. 73-67.
See, and you got to have the defender. You got to give the defender the right to stop in there, especially on a pass, and take that shot. But when a guy's passing and moving to the side, and the guy still is able to get it, there you go. That's going to be kind of a makeup call back on the other end.
They call the foul on Pop So. And Sam Mitchell, who was an assistant to George Karl in Milwaukee for a year. It's amazing how many coaches that George Karl has tutored have gone on in the NBA. That's a sign of a terrific head coach, that he can produce, legacy coaches. Over to Buckner. Down to Nahara. And, he missed it. Wow, Nahara had the chance for the three-point play. He'll get 2 free throws.
Nahara has flashed in a handful of times. Buckner goes a little baseline, steps through. Nahara right there. This So with the reach over.
4th foul on Pop So. So Nahara, I was going to say, who has developed into a very fine free throw shooter at 81.5%. He misses the first.
Hey, if you want to entertain the gang from the office, or maybe your friends or family or the kids, discounted group tickets available for 20 or more. Tons of free tickets, recognition on the scoreboard, and a lot of other stuff. 303-405-1212. You can also get online at nuggets.com.
One concern for the Nuggets, Scott, they've already missed 8 free throws. They're just 16 of 24, 66%.
Good defensive rotation there.
So, coming up short, Buckner after it. Bonner collects it. Carmelo steals it. Ahead to Kenyon Martin. Look out. Kmart with the left. No. Rebound by Villanueva. Martin thought he got fouled.
He thought Rose kind of pushed him sideways, leaning up there. Well, it's getting a little chippy real sudden.
Make it 74-69 Denver. 13 points for Jalen Rose. We're under 2 minutes remaining, 3rd quarter. Earl Boykins has come on. Boykins in the first half had 4 points on 2 of 6 shooting. Carmelo was 6 to shoot. Nice pass. Kenyon Martin eyeballing a 3. Buckner tip, no. Villanueva rebound.
A little bit out of Kenyon's range.
Martin hasn't made a 3-point shot this season. He's 0 of 5. Bonner will be woefully short. Well, Bonner, who was the valedictorian of his high school class. Boykins shoots the 3 and nails it. Earl Boykins with his 7th point. You know, Boykins' 3-point shooting percentage got up to 38%. That's pretty good now.
He's been hitting ever since he went on that injured, or when he was injured for 3 or 4 games. Come back and shot the basketball much better.
Pushing and shoving between Buckner and Jalen Rose. Rose pops and hits. Well, Rose right over Kenyon Martin. And the Nuggets lead by 6. Rose now with 15. Boykins comes in for the reverse. Rebound by Bonner. And he's hacked by Kenyon Martin. Well, Martin getting a good hard foul on Matt Bonner. His 2nd. Nuggets just their 4th team foul. And so the Raptors will have the ball in the backcourt. Kenyon Martin goes out, and he's replaced by Francisco Elson. Don't forget the Avs on altitude tomorrow night. Got to get back on the winning track. They've lost 2 in a row. They'll try to get a win against the Calgary Flame. Boy, Greg Buck's very aggressive tonight on defense. He is ultra aggressive. Of course, that's his trademark as a defender. Boykins may have got bumped on the knee. He's rubbing it here right in front of us as Calderon goes to the free throw line.
Well, this is the group in that second quarter that came in and gave Denver a lot of trouble. They came in a little earlier. Sam Mitchell not waiting until the fourth quarter bringing us in, but this is the group that started that 32-26 run there in the second quarter.
Morris Peterson comes back in replacing Jalen Rose. Rose with 15 points. Peterson an off night. He's made 1 of 8 shots. And Calderon gets a couple. So the Raptors tighten it up. It's 77-73 Nuggets. Final half minute of the third quarter. Boykins takes a terrible shot. It bounces out to Buckner. How lucky can you be? And the Nuggets will work for 1.
Earl's asking the officials, can I not get a call? Calderon, I thought, gave him some fits in that second quarter physically.
Calderon chasing Boykins, not giving up. Earl with 9. Down the middle he comes. Nice pass. Elson missed the layup. 4.5 seconds to go. Villanueva for 3. And Bonner comes up with the final rebound of the period. Well, Carmelo Anthony now with 28 points. But this one's going to go to the fourth quarter, folks. At the end of 3, the Nuggets 77, the Raptors 73. You're watching Altitude Sports and Entertainment. Your home for Nuggets basketball all season long. Downtown Denver, Colorado. Beautiful. Lit up tonight as we make our way back inside the Pepsi Center. The Denver Nuggets and the Toronto Raptors. Chris Marlowe, Scott Hastings, and Julie Brauman on hand. We'd like to welcome all of you around the country watching on NBA TV. The Nuggets with a 25-19 third quarter. They're up by 4 now. Nuggets have won 5 in a row. And the Toronto Raptors coming off that disappointing loss last night at LA. Both these teams are playing back-to-back. The Nuggets at San Antonio. Boykins to Elson. And Elson clobbered. For Francisco Elson filling in for Marcus Camby. He's hit hard by Pop So. 5th foul on So. And Elson to the line. Our Taco Bell statistics through 3 quarters. Denver now shooting 48%. Free throwing has been a concern. Just 16 of 24 for the Nuggets. Raptors have made 13 of 14. And the Nuggets doing a nice job, Scott, getting out on the break. 27 fast break points.
Well, they got to keep doing it. They did it for the first part of the third quarter, and it's really slowed down. The numbers turnover-wise have been good. That second quarter, when they struggled, they had 5 of those 9 turnovers just in that second quarter.
Elson with a 5-point average. He's averaging nearly 5 points and 5 rebounds. He's 16 and 9 as a starter, which is a good number. 34 and 16 in his career as a starter for the Denver Nuggets. So the Nuggets have played well when Francisco has been in there. 79-73 now. Nuggets by 6. Calderon and Nahara with a reach. Ed Malloy making the call. And a pretty good call right in front of us. Nahara with a grab. And that's 5 on Eduardo Nahara. So Kenyon Martin whips off the back brace and the warm-up, and here he comes. Martin is 1 rebound away from a double-double. And Nahara will have to sit. Nahara usually makes very good use of all the fouls he has.
They got a little frustrated. Got a couple cheapy fouls. But yeah, he's not a guy that usually worry a lot, at least late, on foul trouble.
Villanueva, no. And the tip by So. George Karl thought that was in the cylinder. Apparently not. Pop So with his 7th point.
Played nice, aggressive, long player. Got a couple blocks early.
Nuggets by 4. Carmelo doubled. Around the double. Here he comes. Left-hand layup. Good. Wow. Carmelo's got 30. Nice move. He's been working on his left hand. He worked on that all last summer. We're starting to see some of the fruit of that work.
Well, he was just going to try to split the defense and try to kick it out across, and then no one came over. They're just going to take a 20-second timeout and talk about it.
Nuggets have an 81-75 lead, and Carmelo Anthony. The little things that Carmelo Anthony is doing this year, Scott, to improve his game.
Well, the one thing, he's trying to eliminate bad shooting games, consecutive bad shooting games. And did not shoot the ball exceptionally well. He's hit some jumpers, obviously, in this game early, but then lately he's been getting to the basket, finishing layups, getting out on the break, finishing layups. And there's a guy we showed that's coaching for Toronto, and Alex English. Wonder what he's sitting there thinking about watching Carmelo and his progression through his first 3 years as a Denver Nugget.
Alex English, of course, the all-time leading scorer in Nugget history. Will Carmelo Anthony surpass him one day?
But if he does, then I tell you what, I believe, honestly, and I mean this, in today's NBA, if he can pass Alex English scoring, you will see world championship banners hanging from this ceiling. I really do. If he becomes that kind of player, I think Denver will win an NBA championship if he becomes an Alex English.
And maybe Carmelo Anthony's number 15 will be in the rafters too. Melo's made 12 of 14. The rest of the Nuggets just 18 of 48. That's 37.5%, so that's not been good. Now Pop So against Kenyon Martin. Martin goes for the and commits the foul. So Martin trying to snap the ball out of So's hands, picks up his third foul. And Pop will go to the line.
Martin's gotten good at that reach around, that kind of slap down as the defender squares his body to him in the paint. He's upset. He swung, he said, but I swung and missed everything.
So is 6 of 9 and now 7 of 10 in his brief tenure. And you look at the best seasons ever for the Nuggets. And you see last season 49 and 33, and George Karl, who just coached his 82nd game, 55 and 27 in his first 82 games. That would be the best record overall for any Nuggets coach.
Well, he'd like to get win 56. Win this right here. They've given Toronto a little hope and a little confidence. Haven't been able to put them away.
Miller into Kenyon Martin. Martin doubled and taken away by Calderon. He lost the ball. Picked up by Villanueva. Elson on top of it. We got a jump ball. So the Toronto Raptors double teaming Kenyon Martin. It produces a turnover.
So when you throw the ball up above your head and hold it there, your hands are going to come with you. Calderon just lost the ball. Villanueva just tried to pick it up, fell down, and Nelson wisely got on top of it to jump.
Calderon looked exactly like Manu Ginobili there. As soon as he lost the ball, he kind of put his hands up in the air and did the flop. Now Villanueva and Elson. Important jump here. And Cisco's got it. So 10 minutes to go, 81-77. The Nuggets are ahead.
With Carmelo out, this group right here needs to run. That should be a block.
It is. And Kenyon Martin will shoot two. Villanueva trying to take the charge. Kenyon Martin, ever since that left-hand scoop shot in Chicago, he's going to the left a little bit more.
No, he had to go to the left side right there because of the position of Villanueva.
Third foul on Villanueva. And now Martin with two. Yesterday, the Nuggets shocking the Spurs down in San Antonio, 89-85. Only the third home court loss for the Spurs this season. Quite an accomplishment as Martin makes the first. The Spurs shot just 4 of 23 from beyond the arc. That was a pathetic shooting performance. Tonight, 2 of 13 are the Raptors. As you look at the last 10 games for Kenyon Martin, of course, he had the knee surgery, slow to recover from that. That microfracture surgery seems to really take some time. Got a Charlie horse that kept him out a couple of games, had some back spasms, and now seems almost healthy. And he makes two. So Martin chatting it up with somebody on the Toronto bench saying, hey, yeah, man, I can make some free throws.
See, that's the one thing if you're an opponent I would never do. Because when you get him chattering and going and rolling like that, I think he's a better player.
Calderon lost the handle. And it's going to be Raptor basketball as Kenyon Martin congratulates the official on a good call.
He first wanted to say Calderon knocked it out, but then he said, no, good call.
Martin seems so happy playing now. I think it's just because he's healthy. James brings it in. 83-77 Nuggets. 9:40 to go. Fourth quarter. Martin looking for someone to guard. Peterson. Oh, boy, it's Peterson.
Boy, what a 10th rebound right there.
Peterson just 1 of 9. Boykins forces it up and a foul. So Nuggets pushing the pace, and it'll get them some free throws. Fouls on Mo Pete, his first.
Started with the great rebound. You kick it out. He gets inside, a little offensive cornerback versus receiver, a little pushing by both guys. Earl gets his body into Mo Pete and draws the foul.
Nuggets solid when Boykin scores 15 or more. Of course, you're watching around the nation. You know he is the shortest player in the NBA at 5'5". And back comes Jalen Rose. Out goes Calderon. Boykin's an 85.5% free throw shooter. Got off to a slow start this season. After shooting 92.5% a year ago. He was the NBA's second leading free throw shooter to Reggie Miller, who won that title. So Boykins gets to 85-77 Nuggets. Just over 9 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. James off balance. Villanueva. And the follow by Bosch. So the Nuggets don't block out. Cost them a hoop.
Kenyon Martin trying to get up and get the block. Didn't really have much of a chance of it. When he did, Bosch just followed him and put it back in.
Buckner for 3. Got his own rebound. He knew it was short and he went after it. Buckner has not scored tonight in 16 minutes.
He didn't score yesterday against San Antonio, so a little bit of a drought. Hand trying to come back from that bruised hand.
And Kenyon Martin. And he has his double-double, I think, because that will credit a rebound to Kmart. Though Martin using the, as you say, Scott, the Moses Malone theory, throw it up a couple times and corral a couple of extra rebounds.
Now 19 points and 11 rebounds. Another solid performance and a block shot there.
10 on the shot clock. 87-79 Nuggets. Nuggets with great rotation there. Out to Rose. And it's a 24-second shot clock violation.
So no one wanted to take the tough shot at the buzzer going down. Finally got it to Rose's hand. Said, well, let me put it in. I don't want to ruin my shooting percentage either.
Kenyon Martin having another good night, both offensively and, yes, defensively. Get that out of my house. Hastings and Julie Brahman back at the Pepsi Center. The Nuggets now have an 87-79 lead as Kenyon Martin having a good game. 19 points and 11 rebounds. Pops it out to Miller. Watson. Check that. That's Boykins for 3. And the rebound corralled by Bonner. So it's Boykins, Miller, Buckner, Elson, and Kenyon Martin. Rose is wide open. And another solid defensive rebound for Francisco Elson, his 6th. Elson out to Boykins. 9 to shoot. Boykins with a step back. Got it. Mr. Big Shot hits his 11th point.
Boykins 4 of 11. Hadn't shot it particularly well, but that one with the step back cleared a little space and able to get that rainbow up.
Rose steps through. Missed another one. And Villanueva drops it home. Charlie Villanueva, good-looking young player.
Tough to do, asking Greg Buckner to block out the league's best offensive rebounder as far as guys coming off the bench.
89-81 Nuggets. 6:40 to go.
Oh, Jalen Rose just yelling at the official.
Kenyon Martin launches and gets. Kenyon Martin with 21 points. So the Nugget lead balloons back up to 10. And the Nuggets shooting well here in the second half. 50%.
Well, Chris Bosh ought to go run to Jalen Rose because he was working on Ed Malloy, saying he wasn't calling anything. And he gets there. Martin kind of, as they face each other, a little shove right there.
I don't think he can do that right in front of the official.
Well, you imagine what you can do in front of the official. Depends if they like you or not. See if Jalen gets a call.
Covered by Miller. Boykins looking to double. Here he comes. Rebound to Kenyon Martin. Outlet to Miller. Nuggets by 10. Boykins. He sets. He fires. In and out. Rebound Bonner.
So the two wings, Buckner and Boykins, that time Miller with the ball in the middle, both just stopped right on the three-point line. Sometimes you'd almost like one of those two to kind of cut through the lane, see if you can suck the defense down into the paint. Here's a good D. Rebound on the outside by Kenyon. And here's Buck on the left. You see Boykins. Watch, they both are going to stop right there on those three-point lines. Good look, good shot, and Boykins hit that shot a number of times. But sometimes by drawing one of those wing guys into the paint brings that defense down even further.
Foul was called on Buckner, so he's got 3 fouls now. We're under 6 minutes. 91-81 Nuggets. James. Villanueva for 3. Villanueva shoots about 30% out there, which is not that good. Woefully short that time. We're coming back. We're under 6 minutes. The Nuggets leading the Raptors at 91-81. 5 minutes and 42 seconds remaining here at the Pepsi Center in downtown Denver. The Nuggets leading the Toronto Raptors 91-81. Time now to answer our GMC trivia question. Who was the last Nugget to have his number retired? Scott Hastings, got a guess?
Alex saying Doug Moe.
I'm going to say Doug Moe also.
Yeah.
432 wins, yes. He had it retired November 7th, 2002. That's just like you looked again, just like you did. Like basketball was invented in 1892.
No, I was looking up at the players, and then I was thinking player, and I said, oh, wait, with Moe just recently.
There's Coach Doug Moe. Tricky question tonight by our crack graphics squad. Doug Marino in charge. Now, the Nuggets with a 10-point advantage. 5.5 minutes to play. Down the lane comes Kenyon. Hook shot, yes. And if this is the real Kenyon Martin that Nuggets fans were expecting, well, that's good news. 23 points and 12 rebounds for Martin.
Well, when we were in Oklahoma City, I talked to Willis Reed. Willis Reed obviously was one of the front office guys in New Jersey during Kenyon's time and just loves Kenyon.
Mike James, no. Rebound to Boykins. Carmelo Anthony is checked back in. Boykins draws the foul. Earl Boykins does it again. Mike James.
Now, the things this guy can do with what some would say liabilities is absolutely amazing. James up in the air, body, and yet the strength. That's the biggest thing. It has nothing to do with size, but the strength to be able to take that hard of contact and get it up from 16 feet and knock it in.
They say Earl Boykins can bench press over 300 pounds. I think it's well documented. I think he's about 325. And the Nuggets now with their biggest lead of 15. A 15-4 scoring run. 96-81 as the Nuggets starting to pull away from the Toronto Raptors. Bosh. And a foul.
But Martin could have blocked that, I think, and it's surprising that Bosh stopped on that spin and head fake. So he reached and slapped. They're actually going to call it on Elson.
That's 5 on Francisco Elson.
But watch the spin move, the head and the spin right here. Watch Martin reach in. Well, I guess he didn't slap him. I thought he got him, and Nelson raised his hand.
So Bosh, who had 29 points and 13 rebounds in the win at Seattle. One thing I would say about Bosh, having watched him a number of games now, he's not quite as aggressive in terms of wanting to score, wanting to dominate. He seems a little passive to me.
Well, and I think he's better than he was when he first got in the league, and that was kind of the knock on him. And I think the knock on a lot of young guys coming out of college. I mean, you're not When you think about college, you're playing against some of the best high school players that went to that next level. Now you're talking about all the best college players that's ever played. And it's just a different level. I mean, he's already, though, better than what he was 2 years ago.
Andre Miller behind his back. Over to Boykins. 9 to shoot. Kenyon Martin down the lane. Nice pass. It went off Bonner's head. And the Nuggets come up empty on that possession. Kenyon tried to whip it through. It hit Bonner right in the eye. 96-83 Nuggets. Rotation over to Bonner. Bonner against Boykins. Off balance, throws it up and in. Nice shot.
A good move. Elson come over with the defense. Able to just slip to his side.
6 for Bonner. Carmelo with 30 points. And the ball tipped. Last touch by a Raptor.
Yeah, May got a little lucky. Sal reaching in. I thought that ball might have rolled off Carmelo's foot.
So Nuggets ball far side. An 11-point advantage. Carmelo launches. And Bosch rebounds. Well, the Nuggets offense sputtering a little bit here in the final 4 minutes.
They're taking so much time off the clock. They're giving themselves, putting themselves shot clock wise in situations where they got to kind of force up long shots.
Bosch, a 3 on the way. Very short, leaking out his Melo. There we go. Score. Yeah, Nuggets doing a great job when Carmelo Anthony has the advantage on the break of making the perfect pass.
Well, just a little bit of a seam, and that's got to be at least the 5th run out tonight for Carmelo Anthony.
Melo outward. He likes to damage, throwing it down. 98-85 Nuggets. The Denver Nuggets of George Karl with a 98-85 lead here in the 4th quarter. Just over 3 minutes to go. Our Lexus drive of the game. The votes have been tabulated, and Earl Watson gets the nod.
Well, he was aggressive, picked up the foul on this drive. They're trying to take away that long shot of his. He said, well, I'm going to take advantage and go right to the basket.
Now Watson getting a lot of rest here in the 4th quarter. A good night. 7 points, 6 assists in 23 minutes. Shot just 3 of 8. Bonner's wide open for 3. And that's something that George Karl does not want. You cannot leave him open. One of the better 3-point shooters in the league. So make it 98-88 with 2:45 to play. Carmelo Anthony's got a game-high 32. He's made 13 of 16 shots. Alley-oop to Kenyon. And he lays it up and in. Boy, Kenyon Martin has been superb.
And a design play. And how about trusting Carmelo Anthony with that pass? Great back screen by Andre Miller. They're going to call a technical on Kenyon Martin.
6 white. Technical foul. 1 shot.
Watch the back screen off the pick and roll. Sal. He's saying Sal had a hold of his arm. That's what he was talking about.
So Kenyon teed up, and he's still jabbering. Ed Malloy gave him the text, so I think he's relatively safe with Tony Brothers as Rose makes the free throw. And it's 100-89 after all that. Toronto, the final stop. They'll be glad to be going home. The next opponent is the Chicago Bulls. The Nuggets just saw. Here comes Bonner. Throws it away. Boykins has it. Melo's on the left side. And Nelson throws it away.
Yeah, sloppy with the basketball right there.
And James nearly fouled there for the Nuggets. With the turnover and the run out by James, who has 17 points.
Well, twice we've seen turnovers on fast breaks, and I guess if you're a coach, you don't mind seeing it once in a while. Just too unselfish, really.
Boykins. Elson's got it. Shot blocked. Nice play by Popso. It's a 9-point advantage. Rose hits. And suddenly the Nuggets lead has been cut to 7 with 1:30. Jalen Rose with 18 points on 7 of 17 shooting. Also has 6 rebounds. Trying to isolate Carmelo against Pop. Should be able to go right by him. He does. And he misses the slam, but a foul. And that has to put a smile on Scott Hastings' face. Carmelo to the hole and attempting the dunk.
Well, very rarely do you see a player of Carmelo's stature go to the basket, try to dunk on somebody, and not get the foul. And this is a great three-point play. I mean, as opposed to kind of moving it around, shaking it. A lot of times officials will let guys swing by you and bump into you.
Look at the numbers for Carmelo this season. Marked improvement. Also has 4 40 points or more efforts. And of course, tonight, sitting on 33. Looking for more. Minute 10 to play. 102-93 Nuggets. Got to rotate out on Bonner. Here comes Rose. Runs over Kenyon Martin, blocking foul. And Martin, exasperated by the previous call, says nothing this time.
But I tell you, a nice effort, though, by Kenyon Martin to get over there. It looked like So was going to keep him from getting there. I tell you what, I mean, you can take and go either way. I mean, he fights moving a little bit. He got square with the contact, but did a nice job trying to get over So on that baseline to even get himself in position to take a charge.
Free throw missed by Jalen Rose. And George Karl calling for Andre Miller to come down here.
And the crowd, I'm telling you, the crowd appreciates the effort that Kenyon Martin is really putting out over these last 2 or 3 weeks.
Fans trying to distract Jalen Rose. Didn't work very well in the NBA. And now Perkins pumped out of bounds foul. So the Nuggets' best free throw shooter will have 2. And the Nuggets look like they're on their way to securing their 24th win. Fouls on Bonner, that's number 2.
And I think this is the first, if they go ahead and hold this off, first time this year that they've won both games of back-to-backs.
Yeah.
And although yesterday was an afternoon game, that's still big. And even though maybe not played as well tonight for 48 minutes as they did against San Antonio, coming off such an emotional win, I think this is still a very good win for them.
It's a good sign for a team to be able to win a game like this when they don't play their best. And that's what the Nuggets have done. As Boykins with 15 points, hasn't shot particularly well, but he's made some big shots tonight. Highlight reel type stuff.
But when you win 6 in a row, and that's what this game will be, and it goes and gets bigger. I mean, Nuggets one time won 10. You're going to win a couple games lucky, or maybe that you should.
James with 19. And right through the hands of Elson. And the leak out, 104-96. Nuggets have to take better care of the basketball. 104-98, the lead is 6. You would think that the Raptors would want a foul here. Maybe not. Boykins dribbles out of trouble. 13 on the shot clock. Dribbles by a couple big guys.
This dribble tag. He's going to keep this in his hands so he can just get rid of it.
Kenyon Martin.
Oh, they called a charge. Oh, man. Kenyon's got to be smart here. It's a 6-point game, 19 seconds.
And that's all for Kenyon Martin.
Don't get a technical and give him another extra basket.
Well, I think that's a good call because Kenyon Martin had his left hand out. Did you see that?
I think, well, it's because you're protecting yourself so you don't fall down and the guy undercuts you. So is actually bending backwards and undercuts the guy. And it's such a call on those charges. I mean, it's all at the discretion of the official.
All right, our score 104-98. Let's now go back to the studio and find out what's happening on the Nuggets locker room report. Joe Brown, are you there? All right, we're not going to give it away, but the Utah Jazz and the New Jersey Nets battling tonight. Of course, that's an important game for the Nuggets in the Northwest Division. The Nuggets on top 23-19. Don't forget our next telecast on Altitude Sports and Entertainment Wednesday night. The Portland Trailblazers will be up at Portland. Nuggets courtside begins at 7:30 p.m. New backcourt and Zach Randolph and company. Blazers with their new coach Nate McMillan making a little bit of progress. Kenyon Martin came over just a moment ago and took a look at the monitors. He was trying to determine whether that was a foul. What did you think?
I think because Sal got underneath him and didn't take the contact and actually start bending backwards and undercutting. You talked about the hand, and the hand's out there. But, I mean, you're talking about protecting yourself also. He goes straight up. See how Sal's bending up underneath, and the hand is there. But here's what you do. You're supposed to take and fall on him. But
Kenyon Martin, a sensational effort tonight. Fouls out with 25 points. That's one shy of his season high. Nuggets led 100-88 with 2.5 minutes to go. And now it's a 6-point lead. Got to be careful here. Bosch for three. Falls down. Melo's got the rebound. And now the Nuggets just have to protect the basketball, make a few free throws, and they're on their way to their 24th win. Been a tough road trip for Sam Mitchell. Sam Mitchell going to be 1-4 on the trip. What do you think of this Toronto team in terms of potential, some of the young players that they have?
They got some nice young guys on their team, obviously. I like Bosch. I think he's going to continue to grow. James, they kind of got him playing that point, but I think they're going to got to get to the point where he's more of a two-guard for you. Villanueva, I like, is a good bench guy as Melo misses that first one.
Haven't seen much of their first-round draft pick, Joey Graham. He was the 16th overall pick. One of the first-round picks, I should say, along with Villanueva. And Carmelo's got 1 of 2. So Melo with 35 points. That's a nice round number. He has 6 rebounds and 3 assists. Not 81 points, but Melo doing pretty well, and he's fouled again. So it's only a 4-point advantage for the Nuggets. And I would have to say, if George Karl's asked about this game in the post game, he's not going to be happy with the way the Nuggets finished it out.
Yeah, maybe not, but he won't be discouraged. He's been around this league a long time, and he understands emotions and philosophies. And you know, on one hand, he said, listen, that was just one win getting that game in San Antonio. But, I mean, you don't go in and beat San Antonio in San Antonio. I mean, no one does. What do they lost 3 games or something like that all year long? 19-3 now at home. So it's naturally going to be a little bit of a letdown coming back and playing a team who's only won 14 games all year.
So this should improve the Nuggets record at home to 15-8. On the road, they are 9-11. They're playing very well on the road. And they'll see if they can get another one Wednesday night. Final 5 seconds of this one. James tipped away, and the Nuggets have it. The Denver Nuggets record now 24-19. They have won 6 in a row and 10 of their last 12. The only 2 losses during that streak, Dallas and at Minnesota. Carmelo Anthony, 37 points. Another huge game for the Melo Man, and Kenyon Martin, 25 points, 12 rebounds. Earl Boykins chipping in with 16. Of course, the great Alex English with the walk-off. 107-101. Let's go over to Julie. Jules.
Kenyon, another great game, 25 points, 12 rebounds. You told me at the start of the season we haven't seen the real Kenyon. I think we're starting to see the real Kmart, don't you think?
Yeah, it's getting there, you know what I'm saying? I'm able to put some games together in a row, you know what I'm saying? Body feeling better, you know what I'm saying? So once I feel good, I feel like I can play with anybody in this league.
Adrian Dantley told me at halftime that because of that great win yesterday, it wouldn't mean anything if you dropped that game tonight.
Yeah, definitely, you know what I'm saying? We went down there in a hostile environment against a great ball club and got a win. We almost let it slip away, you know what I'm saying? We had to come out in the 3rd quarter and be more aggressive than we did.
Thanks, Kmart.
Thank you, babe.
Okay, back to you guys.
All right, Scott Hastings, your final thoughts on this one?
Hey, it's a 6-game win streak, and you haven't seen that. It's the longest win streak of the year, the second longest to one a couple of years ago when they won 10. And this is big, and it's coming at a good time. We had that bite from George Carlson. Some coaches want to come out the gate hot. I want to improve, and now they've got 10 wins in the month of January.
Nuggets are rolling. They win tonight. Again, 107-101. Be sure to join us Wednesday night on Altitude for our next telecast when the Nuggets travel to Portland to take on Zach Randolph and the Blazers. Coverage begins at 7:30 with Courtside, the pregame show. Transmission facilities for tonight's telecast provided by HDN Communications. This has been a presentation of Altitude Sports and Entertainment, your home for Nuggets basketball. Stay tuned for complete post-game coverage coming up next on the Nuggets Locker Room Report.
Hello again, everyone, and welcome to NBA TV's post-game coverage of the Raptors and Nuggets. I'm Bruce Beck, along with Hall of Famer Gail Goodrich. It's all over. Denver wins it by a final score of 107-101. They came back from a 54-52 halftime deficit. Here's a look at the final numbers. What a night for Carmelo Anthony, 37. Kenyon Martin with the double-double. That makes 23 of 31 games for Kenyon, 25 and 12. Earl Boykins at 16. Pretty good balance for the Toronto Raptors, 22, 21, 18. Bosh with the 18 points. And there's the look at the records, 14 to 28 for Toronto. And Denver playing good basketball. They've now won 6 ball games in a row. Let's check out some more numbers from this game. Our post-game stats are brought to you by Hand Spree. And Gail, as we take a look at the final numbers, a solid victory for the Nuggets tonight?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I thought they played very well, particularly the second half. They picked up on their defense. They really came out, pressured the ball, pressured the shooter, and as a result, came away with the victory. They got a little sloppy the last couple of minutes. I'm sure George Karl wasn't really too pleased with the way they ended the game, but they did get the victory, now 6 in a row. So they are playing better basketball, and of course they're waiting for Marcus Camby to come back.
And backstage tonight, you were talking about a guy named Carmelo Anthony and how impressed you are, not only with his scoring, but with his passing and his overall game.
Yeah, he's really picked up his game. I mean, he got 37 tonight, but the game came to him. I mean, he really didn't force anything. He's looking, he's passing the ball more. In fact, the whole team is passing more. They have great ball movement, and I think he's just really going to get better and better. He shot 13 for 16 tonight, 10 for 12 from the foul line. But again, you know, he got out on the break. He got about 5 runouts, and just it was just nice movement. He's just getting better and better, more comfortable, and playing with a lot of confidence.
And you heard Kenyon Martin at the end of the ball game saying, "I'm starting to get there." I think that's a pretty good start.
Well, you know, Kenyon's got all kinds of ability. Sometimes I'm not sure he comes to play every night, but tonight he did come to play. He had 25 points, he had 12 rebounds, and really stepped out and played good defense. And if he comes to play every night at the forward position with Anthony and Martin, they become real strong. And I look for them to get better and better. And if they get Marcus Camby back healthy, look out for Denver.
Well, Toronto gave up 81 last night to Kobe, but once again tonight, defensively, they did not look sharp.
No, Toronto's not very good defensively.